What's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Dense Pixels Podcast. I'm your host, Brad, joined by my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And we got Terrence back much faster than we anticipated. Terrence is back, guys.
Yeah, I got back from the plague pretty easily.
The plague?
It was pretty bad. Like, it was really bad. And I wanted to punch each one of y'all niggas in the face that was making fun of me the entire time. Oh, shit wasn't funny. Like, it was that bad. It was like the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life.
Egads, the worst pain you've ever felt.
It was terrible. Yeah, like I wanted to rip my throat out. But yeah, I'm back.
So before we get into it, I have a 5-star review that I have to read. This is from Black RKO, 5 stars. He said on his son's iPhone, Apple don't tell what to do. This is one of my favorite 5-star reviews of all time. I just want to let you guys know. Love the podcasts. The question of the week be interesting, and you read all of them. Well, it's not necessarily true. We don't read all of them. A great and funny way to get my gaming info. Second best podcast on the network. You missed first by one white person, but you still greatness, Brad.
Wow. Well, all right.
This is the same guy I think that complimented me and Andy on Look Forward, and then said, and sometimes Jay. So thank you, Black RKO, for the 5-star review. We do surely appreciate it. Mike, Terrence is not going to talk about No Man's Sky because Micah doesn't want to hear about it. That was Micah's quote before we started.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
That is 100% true.
And I'm pretty sure Terrence's bubonic plague might have erased any memory he had of playing it anyway.
Quite maybe.
I think No Man's Sky erased any memory of him playing on PlayStation because it fucking broke his system.
But he got a new one.
Yeah, I did get a new one. Oh, yeah, that's right. I did get a new one.
Yeah.
Somebody helped me out there. Well, actually, I would like to preface this quick story as to how it got it back by saying that the company that you work for has a bunch of morons working for them.
I don't know what company you're speaking of. I work
anyway.
I work for you, the listener, for free.
Yeah. Anyway. So I can actually tell you exactly what happened to myself. I was at work. It was raining one night. It was like that week that it was raining every day. It rained for like 10 days straight. But one night, lightning hit my building.
Your new building, no less.
Yeah, it hit the building. And it knocked out the electricity for a while. And it knocked out in the apartment. It knocked out the internet. I had to go get a new modem because it knocked that out, and it destroyed my PS4. Power surge just destroyed it. Apparently, the PS4 is very sensitive when it comes to things like that. Because I went online and other people said, yes, like I had a power surge, and now my PS4 doesn't work at all. So it happened. Now I got the thing back in April. April 23rd, I believe, because it was the week that God of War came out. And I traded my old one and got a PS4 Pro. So I remembered when I bought it. Problem was I didn't have the receipt. So I had to email the company to get the receipt. And once I got the receipt, I called Sony up, and they I put it in to get a new box, to get a box to ship it to them so they could take a look at it and fix it, whatever they needed to do. But I got my receipt, and the serial numbers didn't match the one on my system, because when I bought the system, they brought out a white one, and I'm like, nah, yo, I don't like white stuff. That was literally my thought process. I'm like, I could have took it, but I don't want a white system in my.
Of course it was.
Yeah, I didn't want a white system in my house. Seriously, I'm not even joking.
You're gonna be a hell of a father. Your kid brings home a white person. I don't know. I don't want no white stuff in my family.
I mean, I still haven't done my 23andMe yet. My mother did hers. She's 23% European. So I'm figuring I'm probably
12 and a half.
I'm somewhere in the teens probably, which is offensive to me. But anyway, so they pulled out the white system, and I'm like, nah, that's not the one I want. I want a black one because, black. So they pulled it out, they gave it to me, but they didn't scan the fucking serial number. And in order to return a system, everything has to match. So I'm like, okay, I just got fucked over. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. But luckily enough, I do know someone that works for the company with the morons that sold me the system. So I went to actually my old stomping ground, one of my old stores that I used to work for. I wasn't a moron when I worked there, but like whatever. And I was able to get a new one. Just swapped it out. But I had to get the what is it called? What is that thing called?
What, a warranty?
The warranty. It was like $60. But if anything happens to it, I need to take it back and get another one. So I would like to thank that person. I'm not going to say his name.
He sounds like a good guy.
Yeah, he sounds like a swell guy. He's one of the good ones.
One can say probably one of your favorite white people that exist.
Yeah, there's a lot of white people like that. Yeah, one of them. Yeah, I would say out of maybe like 3 in the whole world.
In the world, wow! That guy, Jack, and Tom Hanks. That's it.
That person's in good company. God damn. Okay, Tom Hanks. Well,
he is honored. He is honored.
Yeah. So yeah, I got it back, and I didn't even have to. The thing about it was, apparently, like switching because what happens is all my shit was on my old system, and all I had to do was put my my password in, or my PlayStation Plus in there, and it just switched over to the new one. I just had to make it my primary system, and I was able to download everything. I didn't have to call Sony or anything like that. I think I do the 2-step login though. So yeah, I was like, thank you. It still took me a whole day to download all the shit that I had because it's a lot, and that was a pain in the ass. But it beat waiting a whole. And then I had to drive to Rockville to get a new fucking modem. And y'all know what, if I like people that don't live in Boston. Yeah,
Rockville.
That was the closest one. That was the closest one that actually lets you swap out modems. Everything else you had to fucking basically. Yo, look, I needed fucking internet. Yeah, what the fuck? Like I drove an hour to Rockville.
I mean, I don't blame you for doing it. I'd have done the same, but still, I'm just flabbergasted that Rockville was the closest.
Yeah.
Center
because there's one fucking 5 minutes away from my house.
Is it Comcast or is it Verizon?
It's Verizon.
What the fuck? When I had to return equipment to them, I could go to the one in like where was it?
No, I had to get you returned equipment. No, I could have returned your equipment. I couldn't get a new modem though.
Oh,
yeah, they don't do modem swaps. They like, yeah, you can return everything whatever the fuck you want.
You should have just gotten them to mail it. That's what I would have done.
No, I could have, but like I needed internet.
Well, I would have paid for next day shipping. Like I'll be like, you can mail it. I'll give you $20 to ship it to me next day. Come on, let's make it.
Fuck it. I got it the same day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Comcast locations all over the place.
Well, there's Verizon locations all over the place. Like there's one fucking 3 to 5 minutes away from the house. I was so mad. I walked in there. She gave me a piece. I walked in there with the fucking modem, and she gave me a piece of paper. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "What is this?" And she was like,
"IOU."
Yeah, she's like, she gave me a paper with all of the locations, and all of the locations was like, nope, Rockville. Nigga, what? So I just like, fuck it, whatever. I have to have internet. So I drove all the way down to Rockville to get a goddamn.
Well, and like I said too, I know you were pressing to get a new PS4, and when you're a big PlayStation fan, I mean, I can understand. I've been there. I just got to get that Xbox fixed.
It should be soon, right?
What?
Like, no, because I put the fucking thing in there. I haven't got the box yet.
Oh,
the request.
You sent you a box yet?
I don't know what the hell's going on with them motherfuckers.
No, nobody knows. So
yeah, clearly, but yeah, so got a new system. Then I got the plague. Now I'm back.
Excellent.
To talk about games.
Well, we will talk about games, but first we're gonna talk about going to youtube.com/densepixels and click the red subscribe button and then ring the bell. That way you'll get notified whenever we post new episodes of this podcast. If you're not a premium member with TNP Studios, go to densepixels.com/premium. Sign up today for just $5 a month or $50 for an entire year. We just posted a hilarious new episode of the Look Forward Political podcast after a week off from those guys.
I haven't listened to it yet. I was really busy at work.
It's very funny, except for the very beginning of the podcast was not funny. I don't support anything that went on at there.
I'm definitely gonna have to listen now.
But other than that, very funny. 3 other shows though: the Men with the Golden Tongues, the Airing Grievances, and No Time to Bleed. All are available with that subscription. Again, just $5 a month or $50 for the entire year. And no matter what podcatching app you use, make sure you subscribe to us there as well. If you search any podcasting app, you search Dense Pixels, you'll find us, subscribe, and we will deliver the podcast to you like a podcast ninja while you sleep. So new releases, only one retail game coming out this week, and nobody's buying this game at retail anyway. It's the newest World of Warcraft expansion, Battle for Azeroth, coming to WoW folks near you. And in case you didn't know, this is the only expansion you now have to pay for, because now everything in World of Warcraft is available for free. You just have to have a WoW subscription to play it,
which is $15 a month.
It is $15 a month. So
that's more than fucking Netflix.
Any service out there, really.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's like HBO. That's like HBO.
PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now is still more expensive.
Still $20?
Still $20. That's why nobody has it.
Who the fuck? I was about to say, who the fuck has PlayStation?
I know not a single person that uses it. Honestly.
Like I think I paid for it for 1 month, and I'm like, yo, this was a waste of $20. Like I kind of want my fucking money back. But
I can't say I blame you. I did a free trial just to see if I could move my Borderlands 2 save data over, but so had to have the real game for that. Digital highlights. Look, there's a whole lot of digital games coming out last week. I got to be honest with you. Aside from 2 of them, they all look like garbage. So you can check them out yourself. I don't highlight any of them. The ones I will highlight are going to be Walking Dead, a Telltale game, the final season, episode 1.
God, you're getting real Japanesey with these names. These titles.
There are 3 colons in that title.
The final season episode. God, wow, that's unnecessary. Okay.
And then Death's Gambit is an interesting looking game, a 2D hardcore action game coming out on the PlayStation 4 exclusively. And as far as new game and release date announcements, Sony announced a new console to celebrate the fact that they have sold 500 million PlayStations worldwide lifetime, which is a lot of fucking consoles, by the way. Like Sony literally sold 500 million consoles between all their generations.
That's a lot.
To be precise, they say they are over 525.3 million consoles. And so to commemorate this, they're releasing a super limited special edition that is only going to be available, limited to 500,000 units. It's going to be available for $499. It comes with a 2 terabyte hard drive. It does come with a PlayStation camera as well. But notably, all of the hardware for this console is in a translucent blue, so that you can kind of see through the system a little bit with gold accents. Each system will be individually numbered as well. It does come in special packaging for the PS4 Pro. And the camera and DualShock controller will be available for sale separately as well, including, or I'm sorry, not the camera, the DualShock 4 and a gold wireless headset that will have the same dark blue design will be available for sale separately for Sony. This is cool, I guess. A lot of people are fucking drooling over this console. It's okay. Like it's definitely not nearly as offensive as many of these special edition consoles are. But it's not, I'm not running out to buy the fucking 500 million edition PlayStation 4.
Really? I'm surprised.
Nah, I mean, trust me, I'm as fanboy as they come, but I'm not dropping $500 on a system that I don't need, frankly.
Yeah, it's $500 for a system that, you know, the casing isn't even all the way like it's translucent. Like, nah, I don't need to see that. I don't need to see the guts of the system. Quite frankly, it just makes it, I don't know. And Nintendo 64 did it with their Donkey Kong game.
They did. They had very many translucent consoles.
You ain't special.
And God of War will be getting a New Game Plus mode that is going to be available as a free patch on August the 20th. Of course, you have to beat the story on any difficulty to access New Game Plus.
Someone here hasn't done that yet, have they?
Someone has not done it.
Have you finished? Oh, yeah, you did finish the game.
Yeah, I finished the game a long time ago. I'll play New Game Plus. Will you play New Game Plus, Terrence? keep all your stuff. I think I've unlocked damn near everything though.
I haven't beaten the Valkyries.
There will be new gear in New Game Plus, by the way.
New gear.
Huh.
Well, all right. I mean, is it more difficult?
Yes, there will be higher level enemies.
All right. Well, then that's the only reason for
with new abilities as well.
Look, as much as I like God of War, that new God of War, and all the different stuff you could do and unlock, like I didn't do most of that stuff. I used my normal fighting routine. Like there's one thing where you can throw the axe and do all this fancy shit. Like I ain't do all that fancy shit. Have it spin around and all that. Like I don't need it to spin around. I needed to cleave things and I needed to throw and come back. That's it. I don't need all the special
boring ass playthrough.
I don't need all the specials. But look, man, I'm here to get the job done.
Yeah. But like you're supposed to look cool while you're doing it.
Nah, I look cool enough. I'm a bald-haired, white-skinned Greek man voiced by a black guy with a white son. Like that's the coolest fucking sentence in the world.
I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get back to God of War. I might be too far gone from it.
I get it.
I don't know if I would go back to it, honestly. Like I really love that game, but like would I do another playthrough? I don't know if I'd do another playthrough.
It's hard, man, because they're dropping this shit like right as some really good fucking games are about to come out.
Yeah, like this is the worst time to drop it.
Right. It's cool to get that and start playing that August 20th. And I guess if you're gonna like blaze through it in a week's time, sure. But if you take until September 7th to finish,
I've reserved that. By the way,
you're done. You're done. So
I reserved it Friday.
Spider-Man.
Yep.
Yeah, I reserved it, and I reserved.
You probably reserved that shit back in January.
I reserved it at 11 o'clock, the day it was reservable, and so, I also reserved a day off of work.
Doesn't surprise me. I have so much time. I have so much time. I have so much vacation time. I might do that myself.
Let me guys, before we get to headlines real quick. I need you both, because I know you both pre-ordered it already. I need you both to convince me why I should buy Fire Pro Wrestling, which comes out in like 3 weeks.
I have not.
I haven't reserved it.
I haven't reserved it. There's something about it that it seems like a perfect game for the Switch.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's one of the things that I'm like subconsciously holding out for, to see maybe if they announce
if they announce it on a Switch.
Yeah.
I can't really explain why you would pick it up. Like it's not very pretty. The thing about that game or that series is you can, in its simplicity, you can literally make any wrestler that you've probably ever seen.
I've been watching
in your life. Yeah. Like
it's amazing how accurate they're able to make wrestlers.
It's pretty scary, and they've probably got the largest move list of any wrestling game you'll ever see. But it's 2D, so they don't look.
By the way, it's fine. Like I don't have an issue with that at all. Because I actually would prefer that. All of us enjoyed the simpler wrestling games much more than we enjoyed anything.
Yeah, I can't play this new shit. Like I'm on to be playing fucking NBA 2K, trying to play WWE 2K, whatever the fuck. Like it's just too much. But yeah, because it's simple. Like if you don't want to actually play, you can create a character and tweak the settings, basically his settings, to wrestle like the wrestlers on television. Like if they start off with certain moves, they do certain moves, like you could basically create a Roman Reigns and have him do 1,000 Superman punches. Like you can program that wrestler to do that. It's really deep. But again, like some people get thrown off by the actual look of it, and I think the look gives it its charm. I don't know. But I can't. If you're like a graphics whore or something like that, I can't recommend it.
Not with
wrestling. Yeah. Like it's. How much is it going to be? Is it like $40? $50?
$50.
Yeah. I mean, it's worth it. It'll definitely be worth $50. I don't know if I would play that shit online. Is there an online component to that?
There is.
Because like the way the game plays, I don't think that shit is conducive to online. There's any kind of delay. The way the control scheme and how you do the moves. Because if you try to do like a finishing move in the very beginning of the match, the person is going to counter it because they're like auto counters. Mm-hmm. You don't press a button to counter. It's just like, hey, it's a minute into the match. I'm not going to allow you to do the FU or whatever the hell. So that automatically reverse. So you got to actually work a body part or like work the opponent down towards the point where they're hurting, and then you'll be able to pull off the special move. So
I don't know. It looks cool. I just wonder how much I'd actually play it. That's my only.
Yeah, like on a PS4. Like you guys are right. Like that just screams Switch. Like you can take it with you.
Yeah.
Like if that came out on a Switch, like look, when are y'all niggas gonna buy me a Switch? I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the fans. Because I'm not paying for one, and y'all want me to have one, right?
It sounds like you want to have one. Nah.
Like I don't know. Look, what's
before you were just like, well, I would only do it if you guys bought it for me. Now you're sitting here with your hand out.
I mean, other podcasts do it. Do we have a Patreon or something like that?
No.
No. Any money that he has is being embezzled doubly so by Jake.
Yeah, this nigga got a house.
Yeah, he bought a house.
He got like 3 BMWs that he didn't tell you about.
A studio move. Yeah, moving on up to the northwest side to a deluxe house in a nice Jewish neighborhood.
He's about 10 miles. He's about 10 minutes away from me now. It's a shorter trip for me.
Yeah,
not from a fucking job. That's still a fucking hour. God damn. Drive to the goddamn city. But anyway,
well, let's move it on to headlines. You did not convince me. Maybe one of the listeners.
Yeah, I can't. It's kind of tough, man. Yeah, but I've been playing that game for damn near 20 years. I think I got my first one like in 1996 on the Saturn. I had a Saturn. Anyway, first up, headlines. Simon and Richter Belmont are added as characters for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
One of those is cool.
Which one?
Simon.
Okay.
Fuck Richter.
Every time I hear that name, I think of Andy Richter from the Conan O'Brien show.
How the fuck are you going to pick Richter and not Trevor?
Yeah.
I don't know which one is which, so I don't care.
Richter was in the one that nobody played because it came out on like the fucking Sega channel.
What?
I'm pretty sure Castlevania fucking Rondo of Blood or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, I've heard.
I'm pretty sure that was exclusively a Sega channel game.
Did it come back out on one of them handheld Nintendo systems?
Maybe it got re-released.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Re-released.
Possibly. But I know when it originally released, you had to have the fucking...
What the fuck is a rondo?
A rondo is a musical term.
Oh.
I will pull up a definition for you real quick.
Rondo of Blood.
Oh, unfortunately, when I type in Rondo, Rajon Rondo.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on now. You type in Rondo. Like, there's a very famous basketball player who wears a headband. Like, come on, yo. Apparently, he was in Symphony of the Night.
Oh, was he? No, only at the very beginning, because the beginning of Symphony of the Night is the end of Castlevania Rondo of Blood.
Ah, okay.
I like that one.
It is a French style of classical music. Is a rondo. I knew it was
okay. So. Sure. Donkey Kong villain King K. Rool is in Super Smash Brothers as well. Whatever the fuck that is, it's a alligator with a crown on its head.
He is. I am a little surprised they decided to go with K. Rool because he's not really known,
famous,
on a
popular at all.
But I guess people had been asking for him.
I don't think people have been asking for him. I think they're trying to set a record for like the number of fighting game characters in a game that's not a Mugen. And I think they are I think they're still in negotiations with Namco to put Goku in it. So they're just trying to throw out any old bullshit ass third stringer that they can to pad the numbers. And then they'll end with fucking Goku and everybody will flip their shit. And that's when literally every black dude in the world, whether you're a Nintendo fan or not, will pre-order this game.
For Goku.
Yeah.
It'll be a bunch of fucking Gokus at next Evo.
Yeah.
If they even play this one.
Yo, they better play this one. They better play it. I bet not see the one from 2 generations ago in grand finals.
Oh man. And then Dark Samus is also coming to Super Smash Brothers as an Echo fighter.
And Chrom from Fire Emblem. Allegedly.
What is a Chrom? What is an Echo fighter?
Your guess is as good as mine, Terrence. They have
these characters.
They have like 6 characters from Fire Emblem in that game. I don't fucking know a single one.
Yeah, me neither.
Marth, Ike.
What kind of name is Marth? What is that short for?
A very Japanese
Martha?
Anglo name, basically.
Fucking Marth.
And one more. Wow. What? Super Smash and the game that we're talking about is going to have 103 stages.
Yes.
What the fuck? Like that?
Some of the figures they were throwing out during that Nintendo Direct were staggering. Like the game's gonna have 800 tracks in it.
Yeah, they said they're gonna have so much music that if you listen to all of it back to back, it's like 27 hours.
That's gonna fit on
something ridiculous.
Yeah,
disc
on a cartridge, absolutely.
Wait, Switch you have to use cartridges?
Yeah.
Oh,
this ain't a PSP we're talking about. You're not using UMDs on this Switch. Get out of here.
How much space do these cartridges hold for all that kind of music?
Probably up to 64 gigs, I would think, or maybe more.
That's a lot of music, yeah.
It is a lot of music. There's so much music. They're even adding a music player mode to the game that you can listen to even while the screen is off. You can just plug your headphones into it and use it like an MP3 player, basically.
I feel like I ain't trying to listen to no fucking.
I don't know, man. I know you
Super Smash Brothers music.
Some of the remixes are pretty cool.
While I'm driving in my car or whatever.
I would most definitely listen to it.
I know. Listen to fucking Street Fighter 3 when you're driving home. Well, that soundtrack is amazing. That shit is good. I love that soundtrack.
They also have stage morph because we got 103 stages. You gonna see
all them motherfuckers. like we ain't do all this work for nothing.
It's funny because like all the features they show off, all I was thinking the entire time is that's never going to be using competitive play. That's never going to be using.
Yeah, so they're gonna make them use it. Like pick this stage and it's just gonna morph to just some random ass stage while they're in the middle of a match. We're like, well, that's not what I picked.
Yeah, it's never gonna be used. Never ever.
Wow, they're just going all.
I mean, this is probably. I mean, it really seems like this is going to be the last one ever.
I mean, what else can you do after 87 characters? However fucking many characters. What was it? How many was it when they first announced?
Oh, they're up to like 60, 68 or something at this point, I think. And there's still probably more coming.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to imagine that there'll be like 75 characters in this game.
That's a lot, man.
That is a whole lot.
And like 75% of them ain't gonna be used because that's a lot. That's just way too many characters. It's unnecessary.
Like 40% of them will be echoes.
Next up, Discord is going to be selling games. That's interesting. Discord, the popular voice in tech, huh?
I also say I was skeptical about this, but then I heard a good point being brought up is that if you are using Discord anyway, like especially on PC, because that's where it's definitely most popular.
Yeah.
How easy would it be just to be like, hey, your friends are playing, Game X on Discord. Hey, you want to join them? Just click here and buy it right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can talk to them.
I'm not mad at that.
It's bizarre. That's. I mean, I guess.
I mean, I'm thrilled because I've been clamoring for a Steam competitor in that marketplace for a very long time. And this, I mean, if anyone's going to be able to do it, I guess Discord is as good as anybody else out there to give it a shot.
It says Discord, the popular voice and text chat app for the gaming community, is going to start selling games. Discord Inc. announced Thursday. The first official publishers to partner with the company for the program are THQ and Deep Silver. So they're going to be selling Saints Row and shit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Saints Row 3rd. Darksiders comes out this year, right?
Darksiders 3 comes out this year.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, what's it called? Darksiders 3.
Darksiders 3.
Actually,
now they're releasing it in a veritable death valley of release.
When is it coming out?
November 28th is the release date for that.
What else comes? I don't know what else comes out.
It's after Black Friday and it's before Smash Brothers. Seems like a bad idea.
I don't. THQ. I don't.
Didn't they go out of business?
Well, they're back.
Not the moment.
Why y'all motherfuckers went out of business in the first place? Don't do that. But do what the fuck Aquaman did or whatever to push that shit to 3 weeks after all the big movies come out.
Where you gonna push it? You can't bring it out in February.
Bring it out in April. Who cares where you push it? Push it away from fucking November.
if that release that shit tomorrow,
right? If that shit doesn't come out till next May, who cares? You stand a better chance of being successful with it.
Yeah, you're right. Like I could wait. I want to play it. A female character. I want to play it, but like I'm playing Spider-Man. And February comes around. I'll be playing fucking Resident Evil 2. I can't wait for that game. Like I really can't wait for that game. I really want that game right now. But so yeah, Discord selling games and good for them. Next up, Ninja explains why he doesn't stream with women. Huh? Let me go ahead and he got red hair.
This will sound familiar to those.
I'm already over this nigga. He got red hair, huh?
Politics followers.
Okay, this is his quote. I don't play with female gamers, says Tyler Ninja Blevins, Twitch's biggest streamer and one of the faces of the Fortnite fandom. This edict may be surprising to hear, especially as emphatically as Blevins said it when we spoke at a recent Samsung event. Though Blevins isn't shy about being married. Oh, he's married. Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there's more than 10 million.
About it, Terrence.
Yeah, I know. And there's more than 10 million subscribers, include people of every gender identity. The internet's love of gossip has convinced the Twitch star not to invite women to participate in his Fortnite Battle Royale live streams. Okay, Henry, what the fuck? With fame comes scrutiny of everything you say or do, he suggested. Oh, so I was right. And that can sometimes lead to questions about who you're sleeping or flirting with on the sly. Like, okay. I mean, if I have one conversation with one female streamer where we're playing with one another, and even if there's a hint of flirting, that is going to be taken and going to be put on every single video and be clickbait forever, Blevins told Polygon. So
the Mike Pence excuse.
That sounds more like the Henry Cavill excuse to me.
Also true. But yes, I can't play with women because I can't trust myself to behave like an adult.
I don't even think, is that what he's saying? Is that what he's saying? Or is he saying like it may seem like even if I...
No, he's saying inevitably it's going to lead to an inappropriate question or something like that, which someone is going to clip out and share online, and be used against him for perpetuity.
Yo. So there's some truth to idea that flitter can lead to YouTube clickbait and invasion questions. Blevins has asked some himself when playing with other well-known male streamers. Take the clip. I'm not going to do whatever. I don't know what he asked him, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, so he doesn't stream with women because he's afraid that...
He's afraid he's going to get Me Too'd.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about Tyler Blevins again later in the show.
Like, come on.
This dude's a fucking child.
How old is he?
In his 20s, I think.
Like, nigga, you married. What does it matter? Jesus Christ. Again, I don't have anything. I just don't get it. You can't control your mouth around women. Is that what the problem is? You're gonna say some really, I mean, even if you do, like, I could probably get away with some shit like that because like, you joke, like, as long as it's not offensive. But like, come on, man, that's a stupid fucking excuse. Like, because I don't want to get quote saying something inappropriate to a woman.
I understand I understand where he's coming from because again, people love, especially nowadays with everything's going on, people love to take statements out of context.
You make one statement
them against you, but come on, man, fucking just grow up, dude.
Yeah, you're married. You should know better, but whatever. I don't get it. I just don't.
Yeah, or do like me and not announce the shit. Like you could think like that. Just don't announce the shit. You dummy. That makes you look like a fucking sexist. Look, I'm afraid of women. And I don't just go around spouting out, ooh, I don't have female friends because I don't trust them broads. Like, nah, yo. Just don't say nothing.
Could you imagine us like not being able to bring Carrie on an episode of the podcast? We're afraid of where the conversation's going to drift, guys.
And she's most of the time she's the offensive one.
Yo, Carrie is surly as shit.
Like, man, the old black man. Talk about me. What the fuck? It's ridiculous. Yeah, I couldn't imagine thinking like that. Like, I don't want to say nothing that's like, come on, dog.
Well, I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to get in this girl's pants because of my charm and my cloud strife hair.
Yeah, his hair is really pissing me off in that fucking picture. Like, it's agitating right now.
We will come back to him later on in the episode because he factors in to one of our main stories this week.
Yes.
Yeah. Microsoft, what are they doing now? New studio adds several senior talent from Santa Monica Studios and Rockstar and Crystal Dynamics. Oh, okay. Great. Make some fucking games. I don't care where you're from. Like, I just don't. Like, that doesn't mean anything to me. That's fine. Like, so you're going to be making games that are going to be coming out on the new Xbox whenever that arrives because you already done fucked this goddamn generation all the way to fuck up. Right? Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
So
they are planning for the future.
Yeah, because this is in the not the near future. So yeah, they got a bunch of people from a bunch of different studios: Santa Monica Studios, Rockstar, and Crystal Dynamics.
That ain't bad.
I mean, that's pretty good. But again, shit don't mean nothing if you.
And that's the tough part about this is like it is hard to get excited about this kind of stuff because in all reality, this new studio is not going to bear fruit for
for like 3 years,
right?
So like, come on, man, like, I don't care. Wake me up when you make a game that I want to play on your goddamn system. Wait, what comes out on in the next like couple months? Anything exclusive on the Xbox One?
What's the Horizon 4, Terrence?
Bethesda blocks. Bethesda blocks sale of secondhand, though still sealed. Oh, I saw this the other day. So yeah, apparently someone wanted to sell a brand new copy of what was it?
Evil Within 2.
Evil Within 2, and Bethesda was like, "Nah, nigga." Like, I guess partially because they don't get any revenue from it. Or like that's the main reason, right? But then there's there's some kind of law or some shit like that.
Well, the person who was selling it argued that he listed it as a pre-owned he listed it as a new game, but it was still sealed, but it was secondhand. So from a Bethesda standpoint, this is really no different than a pre-owned game in all reality because they've already sold the game and it's being resold. But Bethesda decided to take it down. So there's a law in the US called the first sale doctrine, which allows you to it's basically what allows people to sell goods secondhand that they own. Right. As long as you're not modifying the original good in a way that's not intended to be used, it's legal to sell your thing, something you bought to somebody else. Bethesda argued that because there was no warranty on this game, because it was sold secondhand, this is something that they have to do, and they were going to go after this fucking guy too.
Like, that seems so fucking petty.
It does seem fucking petty. And here's
the thing is, all he had to do was say it was used, and he could have sold it.
Correct. You are not wrong. The reason it looks petty is because the the legal company that they use to fight these battles for them in court specializes in helping companies get around the first sale doctrine, essentially. Like they help them look for ways that companies can fight against this well-established law. And this is another case of it, even though, dude was selling fucking Evil Within 2 for probably $30 on Amazon. Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, are you really that petty?
Apparently.
Like it's how the rich stay rich.
Y'all already sold the game. Like, calm down. So what are they saying? Because if they're saying sealed,
right?
Like, but he sells it,
but it's not sold by an authorized
vendor. Yeah, so
there's no warranty on the game.
But if it's not open,
it differs from a new game from an authorized dealer.
That doesn't make any sense. Because if he was, I mean, I see what you're saying, but if he were to sell it, like they wouldn't have the receipt, I guess, for like proof of sale from like an authorized dealer.
Correct. Again, you are right. The guy should have listed it as pre-owned.
Yeah, and
that would have been fine. But I mean, seriously, come on.
It's just nonsense. But okay, Bethesda.
Another company that we'll be revisiting.
Like, I hope your fucking game is good.
So,
yeah, fucking Fallout 76. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for that. Last one.
If you too have illicit new goods that you'd like to resell, do it through Amazon. And when you buy illicit goods from other people that are reselling it, make sure you use our link, densepixels.com/Amazon, because that person will still get all of the illicit goods sales that they're entitled to from selling their illicit goods, but we will get a small but still equally illicit percentage of the sale, so that we can use it to pay for things like hosting and stuff like that. So we appreciate all of you who use our link and continue to use it. We really appreciate it. It's probably one of the best sources of revenue for us here. So again, densepixels.com/Amazon. Whenever you buy anything, big or small, like your illicitly new copies of Evil Within 2 on Amazon.
IGN, the world's biggest, is it the biggest gaming pop culture website?
Still probably is.
Has removed a review of the game Dead Cells after they found out that they hire a bunch of hacks. That's right, folks. Everything you've been saying about IGN is apparently true. They're bought. They're thieves. No, they had to pull a review from a guy. His name is Philip, spelled funny.
F-I-L-I-P.
Yeah, and I don't even know how to pronounce
like Mucinex or something.
I think it's Miyukin.
I think it's Minuchin. So that's what I'm gonna go with. Philip Minuchin. Philip Minuchin steals, everybody.
Well,
guy whose last name is Minuchin is a thief.
There might be more than one.
That's a damn shame.
IGN let go of Philip because one poor bastard who goes by Boomstick Gaming on YouTube posted a video. It is the most watched video on their channel with 1.1 million views in a week.
Yeah. Thanks, IGN.
Yeah. They said, hey, IGN just copied my review and I don't know what to do. Let me give you, but basically IGN is like, yeah, we fired this guy and we're sorry and we take all this stuff very seriously and we're going to re-review it this time without stealing other people's words. Yeah. Let me give you just a snippet of the comparison between Boomstick and Philip Minuchin. Boomstick is quoted as saying, Dead Cells only falters slightly with some repetition setting in, especially on the early areas and during longer play sessions. Now, Philip Minuchin of IGN, the thief, Minuchin, said Dead Cells does falter slightly with some repetition, but it's only felt in its earlier areas and during extended play sessions.
Yo, I saw this the other day. And because Boomstick he created a video and he basically was like, this is me And this is this review. Nigga. Nigga.
Yo, you like, all right, look, I've plagiarized a few things in college because look, you got a paper you got to get done, and you don't have time, right? So I plagiarized. But this guy did the one thing that an amateur does when they plagiarize. They just take a couple of words out, highlight them, right click and click thesaurus. Other words kind of match. Oh man!
What I want to know is how did he think he was going to get away with this?
Yo, come on!
Yo, the internet era doesn't forget.
Someone's like find this shit.
But the funny thing about him is he was a YouTuber. That's what he started out as, and IGN saw his work and they hired him. Now the thing about this review is like my first thought when I saw this, because I saw the actual apology video first and I didn't know what the hell was happening. And then YouTube just kind of it recommends other videos and shit like that. So I clicked the other one and I watched Boomstick's review, and then I watched watched this review of him and this dude Mnuchin plagiarizing it. And I'm like, my first thought was like, did this nigga play the game?
Yeah,
right.
And then he's like, he didn't play the game. He said, like, when in his apology, he's like, look, I do a lot of research online and I do all this other shit. I'm like, but it's a review.
Like, it's literally your job.
Like, you have to play the game and finish it and then review it.
Look, sometimes
you don't even do it. And that was his first video review of IGN.
You don't even have to finish the game sometimes.
Oh, you kind of don't, because some games are really fucking long and you may not hit that deadline. But like, this was his first video review.
Yo,
yeah, this was first and last. This nigga, I was like, yo, that's really stupid, dog. Like,
I mean, every game reviewer's got to at least channel their inner Herm Edwards. Wow.
Boomstick says Dead Cells figures out an intriguing way to have your roguelike and Metroidvania experience all in one by focusing on your failures and encouraging you to try something new next time. Dead Cells strikes a perfect balance between Dead Cells strikes a perfect and engaging balance between Metroidvania and roguelike experiences, focusing on your failures and urging you to experiment every time you fail. You can't just reword. It's not an anagram, man. You can't just reshuffle the shit.
And like I said, people like to rail on IGN, but credit to them. When they found out about it, they pulled the review, they did an investigation, and they fired the guy.
Yeah, his first and last review. Poor guy. But like, he was like, "Oh, I was in the deadline and I couldn't, whatever." Like, nah, nigga, it's your job. They hired you to review games. Don't research the games from other people's gameplay and shit like that.
I mean,
and like come up with your own. Like,
this guy probably is done in the games.
Yeah, you can't do no shit like that.
Yeah, because it's not the first time he's done it, guys.
It is.
Yeah. Well, apparently Kotaku dug up another review before he got hired for IGN that he might have, taken some liberty in some similarities from it.
I'm not going to read them because they're a little longer and I don't know how to read, but it's not looking good for Mnuchin.
Well, because like I said, the one thing, especially if you're like a journalist or if you're in, like, if you're a reviewer, basically, if you're a tastemaker, whatever you want to call it, the one thing you have that you absolutely positively cannot leverage is your credibility.
Yep.
And once that's gone, you're fucked. So,
and he's pretty young too. You didn't fuck yourself over, bro. You better
young enough start a brand new career, not in games.
Right.
Journalism. You better fucking review movies, my nigga.
But who would trust him at this?
Right. Who would trust him with any type of opinion, review, writing? Like, he's gonna be.
Let's say this guy does become like a YouTube reviewer and he starts his own channel again. Every single video that he posts, the comment section is going to be filled with, "This is the guy that plagiarized from IGN. This is the guy who."
Like, but what about that Dead Cells though? Like, that's what I was going to say. Like, what? Oh, poor fella.
Yeah. So, and like I said, he's got no one to blame but himself.
So what else did he plagiarize?
Some old Nintendo reviews, and like they found a total of 3 of them. God, right?
Damn.
They found 3 of them. Okay, one I mean, one is a far cry from being like okay, and it's a huge stretch to be a coincidence. All right, but let's just give you the benefit of the doubt because you seem apologetic. One, two, nah, yo. And three, one is an anomaly, two is a pattern, and three is a fucking problem.
So what is this? Nintendo Life reviews of FIFA 18 for Switch. However, because it's not running on the Frostbite engine, FIFA 18 on Switch doesn't play exactly like the other current gen versions. The pace is slightly faster and player animations and physics aren't quite as fluid, lending the game on ever so slightly more arcade feel, but not to any major degree. That was Nintendo Life's review. And here's his review. Only this time it's running on a custom engine that EA designed specifically for Switch, which means that it doesn't play exactly like the Xbox One and PS4 editions of the game do. That's wrong. The animations and physics are definitely not as fluid, and the pacing feels slightly faster, ultimately leaving the game feeling a little less realistic and slightly more, wow, nigga, you are terrible. Like, that's a goddamn shame, dude.
And the game that you're talking about, FIFA 18, like that's not that long ago.
Yeah, it came like the Nintendo Life review came out on September 29th of 2017. His review came out October 1st.
Wow. So he was like,
yo, he doesn't like this. Yo, if you're gonna review a game, yo, play the shit. Like, you can't. Or maybe he played like a little bit of it and he didn't know how to word his review. So he just picked something like super. No, all of it's unacceptable.
Like an idiot instead of, fucking copying
Nintendo Life review.
Christ, man.
Well, I don't even know what the fuck Nintendo Life is. Wow.
Exactly. You don't know who Nintendo Life is. So
that's why he banked on people not knowing what this is.
Nintendo Life is actually like a prominent blog. I'm actually kind of surprised that didn't get caught sooner. But then again, I guess he didn't give people a reason to pour through his previous work.
It actually works well as long as you aren't a stickler for intricate animation detail. You're going to have fun here. It runs smoother than the greased up jazz musician. That's just not even funny.
Like I said, full guy anyway. Because like I said, if you're gonna get caught with your hand in the cookie jar, that's fine. But don't fucking sit there and make excuses for yourself.
Yeah, you did that shit. Like, you do research, copy like other people's reviews. Like, come on, dog. That's bad.
So, Micah, these next two stories go hand in hand. So let's try to combine them. And then once you're done reading them, I have some words.
Bethesda's VP of Marketing said over the weekend that the developer intends for The Elder Scrolls Legends, a Bethesda card game, to be fully cross-play, with progress carrying over no matter what system people play it on when it eventually releases on consoles. While not mentioning Sony specifically, this message feels aimed at increasing pressure on the only major video game platform to currently not support cross-play. Quoted as our intention, in order for the game to come out, it has to be those things, crossplay on the system. We cannot have a game that works one way across everywhere else except for this one thing.
That was from Pete Hines of Bethesda.
That was from Pete Hines. He added that crossplay and shared progress were essential and non-negotiable. Which certainly sounds like another way of saying the ball's in Sony's court as to whether or not The Elder Scrolls Legends on PS4 will happen or not. Now, the next story, we come back to our pink-haired friend, Tyler Ninja Blevins. He says about this whole situation of Sony refusing to enable cross-play between consoles. He says, it's so bad. I mean, like, obviously, I love Sony. I love PlayStation. I've been playing them my entire life. But when push comes to shove, it's a business decision. There's a reason they're not allowing players on the PlayStation to play with Xbox. And I mean, it's just greed. In my opinion, I think Sony can make a huge statement in gaming by allowing cross-platform across the board. They really can. They can change the game entirely. Brad. I'm looking forward to Mad Brad.
I got to tell you guys, I'm really sick and fucking tired of everyone in the industry trying to tell Sony how to run their fucking business. I'm serious. in every example of this bitching between, you know, Rocket League, Fortnite, fucking Bethesda, nobody talks about how this would benefit Sony. And there's a reason for that. It wouldn't, like, at all. Okay. So they're basically saying, hey, Sony, because this is good for gamers everywhere, you should go ahead and take a hit to your revenue and take a hit to your profits for, you know, because the only thing that could possibly happen is people will be buying less things for these games through your marketplace than everybody else. And you know what? I'd be sympathetic if Sony had changed something to be more malicious towards these gamers. If they had changed the policy to disable crossplay or make it harder to play with other people. But here's the thing. They haven't changed a goddamn thing. All they're doing is maintaining the status quo, keeping it like it's been forever. And why are they doing this? Because they fucking can. Because right now, they're the market leader. They have the biggest install base. They can dictate terms. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And why the fuck should they cost themselves money and revenue and profits? Here, I'm going to turn this around for you. Epic Games could make Fortnite crossplay if they wanted to. Here's how you do it. Epic Games goes to Apple, they go to Sony, they go to Microsoft, and they go to Nintendo. And they say, we have a proposition for you. We really care about crossplay on all these platforms. We really want all our players to play together. So I understand that you guys are supposed to get a 40 or 30% cut of revenues of stuff that's sold in your shop. I get that. Here's what we propose. Epic Games is going to take 40% revenue of every V-Buck that's bought for Fortnite, and you guys will each get 15% split evenly, no matter what platform the item was purchased on. We're going to still kick it off to you evenly, and that way, even though you're not making as much of a percentage, you're getting more money in because you're getting a cut of every single thing that we sell, because we care that much about, you know, about our players. We want everyone to play together. But here's the thing. Epic is greedy. Microsoft, greedy. Nintendo, greedy. Apple, greedy. And yes, Sony is greedy too. They're not going to do that because they don't want to cut their profits down. They don't want to cut it. So, you know, why is Epic not being dragged for not offering a solution to this? Why is any other company not being dragged for not, you know, possibly offering a solution to this? It's because they're the good guys right now, because Epic's making, you know, a game that everyone loves, and Microsoft and Nintendo and Apple are all singing Kumbaya together and fucking, you know, opening the gardening up for everybody. And Sony's like, yeah, we're perfectly happy fucking making money, guys. Do you know how much money Sony probably makes from Fortnite right now? Can you imagine how much people are fucking playing on that system? It's probably a lot of fucking money.
Yeah.
Why the fuck should they turn that tap off?
Sony is Vince McMahon, and the PlayStation 4 is Roman Reigns. They're like, no. Oh, you want us to do this? Fuck you. Stop buying them shirts.
And here's the other thing. Gamers, really, the players are the ones that have the ability to affect this. If you want to send a message to Sony, then stop buying fucking Sony shit and be like, hey, till you make crossplay a thing, we're going to stop buying your games. Guess what, though? That ain't going to happen because Spider-Man comes out in 3 months.
Right.
And you don't even have to go that far. Like, you can just take a stand by saying, hey, we're not going to play Fortnite on your console anymore, and you're not getting any of our V-Bucks money because we want to be able to play with our other friends. But guess what? People ain't doing that shit either. So leave Sony alone. And Bethesda, you're going to sit there and be like, oh, we're not going to release Elder Scrolls Legends on PS4 until they enable crossplay. We're big and bad. That's cool. You want to do that with your fucking mobile game that is free to play, that, you know, doesn't require any payments anyway? It's all right. Call me when you fucking make Fallout 76.
Thank you.
Not available on PS4.
Thank you.
But you're not going to do that because
Elder Scrolls what is going to be the
exactly,
because I don't even know what game you're talking about.
So like I said, and you know what? And you know why Bethesda's not going to do that shit? Because they ain't stupid.
Right.
They like money too.
Because they're greedy.
Right. Because they're
greedy.
Greedy. So like I said, you can talk big and bad, Pete Hines. You can sit there in your fucking ivory tower and be like, oh, this is going to be. And you know what? I'm not going to accept Bethesda throwing shade at how another company does business. How about you release a game that doesn't have bugs in it 3 fucking years later? How about that? How about you leave Amazon sellers alone for fucking selling The Evil Within 2 for $30 still sealed? How about that? Where you start coming to fucking Sony, be like, enable crossplay. You can't play it, but this shit, fuck you up. Fuck off. Fucking suck my dick from the back.
Oh man, I love the Mad Brad segments, boy.
That's funny.
I don't know what you guys have on this.
Look, I
don't really care. I mean,
I don't play games online with a bunch of people. Yeah, crossplay, of course crossplay would be great, right? Yeah. But you know, Movie Pass was also a good idea, and look where that's at. You know what I mean? Like, you can't expect people to you can't expect these theater chains to just be like, okay, yeah, we'll let you dictate our sales and get a cut of our, like, nah. And that's just, and it doesn't make good business sense, especially when you're in the lead by leaps and bounds. We just had a story where Sony talked about how they sold 500 million consoles.
Yeah.
So look, I'm not mad at Sony, and look, I get it. I'm not, and I get, I get what the consumer wants. I do, but guess what? Like you said, what are you gonna do?
Right, you're still gonna buy your PlayStation shit,
right?
Don't act like you're not.
Right. I love Sony. I've been playing with them my entire life, which probably means you're like 25. Which,
yeah. Oh, like your whole life? I got this PlayStation came out when I was like 17. Like, what the fuck? Yeah.
When push comes to shove, it's a business decision. And
I was 15.
Yes.
Ooh, evil business.
It is a business decision. You're right. You know who Sony cares about a little bit more than the fucking gamers? Their stockholders.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes.
How about you play a game with a woman? How about that? How about you play a game with a woman first? You cross play. That means there's a bigger pool of women for you to discriminate against.
Cross play genders, nigga. Like,
all I need is anyone that fucking asked Sony to do crossplay. I just need them to acknowledge in the statement that they know it would be bad for Sony. I need them to acknowledge it. Because I need you to put your cards down the table. I need to know that you understand what you're asking Sony to do by doing. So
don't be a barrier to the future. Fuck you.
Right. Get the fuck.
Don't be a barrier to the future. You won't talk to women. You are literally being a barrier for the human race.
Oh my god, I'm writing down barrier for the human race. That's the title this week. It is absolutely happening.
Oh shit. So while Brad does that is the last of the headlines. I will read the question of the week, and then I will let Brad read the responses. The crossplay debate has flared up again as both Bethesda and Tyler Ninja Blevins called out Sony for their unwillingness to compromise on this issue. But are they right to do so? Should Sony acquiesce to the demands of the mob, or do you support their desire to leverage their competitive advantage and keep their revenues as it is? You can tell that a Sony fan.
I was about to say, what kind of fucking
that question? He put that
loaded in a question.
He put it in a nice blue Sony frame.
Look, I'm just saying, if any politicians need me to write down like ad copy or like press release or stuff like that, I'm available.
Are you gonna support the fucking terrorists who eat babies and piss on mothers? Or are you gonna buy the beautiful PlayStation that cures cancer and murders terrorists?
I mean, the military did use those PS3s in like those computer arrays, so technically it is true. It's a true statement. Terrell says this crossplay thing will not break PlayStation at this point with all these great games about to come out, like Spider-Man. Seriously, who though is really this pressed about playing Fortnite with Xbox and Nintendo players? Look, I'm sure there are people that would like to play with their friends on other platforms, but it is what it is. Tell them to get a PlayStation. They'll thank you for it. Just ask Terrence.
What?
Anthony says, I want crossplay, but I also want all these games Sony got lined up for me. It'd be a different story if they weren't giving fans games and not doing crossplay. And he also says, Mike Ninja Pence Blevins doesn't really want crossplay. What if there's a girl? Very good. Warren says, I feel like they should do it on their own terms. They were in front of the pack when Final Fantasy XIV dropped and Microsoft did not want crossplay. That game is still paying out. Street Fighter V is still crossplay with PC as well. Yes, that's the point that doesn't get raised ever, by the way, is that Sony does do crossplay with PC for certain games. So it's not like they never do it.
Yeah.
Like Rocket League is crossplay on PC, Street Fighter, Final Fantasy. So it's not like they never do this shit. So settle the fuck down. Cam says, I don't give a shit about crossplay because I'm not buying the same game on multiple systems. It would be nice to have crossplay for free-to-play games, but that's about it. I'm not even sure I'd want to crossplay games with an Xbox user anyway because anyone still supporting the Xbox One is worth my time.
God damn.
Jake says, it doesn't share anything that isn't already there on either console anyway. Not like this is some sort of Game Pass, just third-party titles letting people enjoy their chosen platform. Honestly, this is the wrong hill to make a stand on. I don't think they're making a stand. I think they're just being like, we like money. Come play on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Johnny says people who don't want crossplay probably voted for Trump. Look, a lot of people at Sony probably did vote for Trump because there's a lot of rich white guys that work at Sony. You can fucking Jay. Jay says crossplay allows for bilateral benefits to both major platforms. Sony needs to grow up and become bi-curious. Gaston says, considering how the PlayStation came into existence, if I was them, I would also tell other companies to fuck off. But as a gamer, it's a bit annoying to have to buy another console to play with millions of people who just happen to buy something else. Ultimately, I think console makers should just let game developers decide which consoles connect online, especially if the game is being made for all of them anyway. Roderick says, no, I like my gaming platforms the way I like my neighborhoods.
Joe, that's funny.
I mean,
oh shit, I'm gonna have to steal it. I'm sorry, Rod. If I ever use it, I'll credit you. But goddamn, that's funny.
Amir takes the Micah approach to this. I don't care about cross-platform play. Get your money up and buy all the consoles.
There you go. That's how you do it. That's the right answer.
Dustin says, I love how everyone is bitching at PlayStation for this not having crossplay shit. It's all deflection made by Xbox because they still don't have a fucking baseball game. Don't ignore the real stories here, people. I mean, the reason why Microsoft is more than happy to do this shit is because they are where they're at right now.
They don't have a baseball game. Didn't they used to have like college baseball or something like that?
No, they used to have 2K baseball while 2K was putting that out, but then the show fucking smashed their teeth in so hard that they're just like, we ain't gonna even bother with this shit.
Yeah, what's the point? We got this basketball thing on lock.
Right.
Apparently everybody's starting to hate that because that's just as bad as
See, you say people are starting to hate it, but people are starting to hate it in the same way they hate Call of Duty. We're like, I fucking hate Call of Duty. Here's my $160 to buy the game. All the but I hate you. But I'm still gonna play you for
people
fucking.
They just waste money. They really do. Because it's crazy to me. No. Anyway.
Mark says the mob, as usual, is made up of the loudest and the dumbest. I don't care about crossplay mostly because I don't do much multiplayer gaming, period. Sony has every right not to do crossplay, and it doesn't exactly seem to be hurting them. Besides, I don't see why Xbox and Switch players want to crossplay with PlayStation users anyway, being they'd just be crushed by those playing with the far superior controller.
What? Like, no, nigga. Don't do that. That's no.
Remember when Terrence's hands were just too big to play with the PlayStation?
Yeah, they still a little bit too big.
Oh, you managed to do it, huh?
Yeah, it's just annoying.
I know you complain about it a lot.
Yeah, I've learned. I've grown.
Chris says, I feel Sony is being stupid about it. They aren't fond of crossplay yet. One of their exclusives, Street Fighter V, is crossplay with PC, and it's great. See, that's the thing. Sony's not against crossplay. They're for money.
There you go.
That's it.
Yeah, everybody's for money.
Randy says, it's Sony's world, and Nintendo and Microsoft just want to play in it. That's probably true, at least this console generation. Gustavo says, "Fuck Sony." Gustavo, I am ashamed of you, sir. That's a hard line that I don't care for. Malcolm says, "Forget crossplay. Does Xbox have any good exclusives yet?"
And he has a picture of Mike Ross looking like a hobo. That's a fucking funny ass picture. What game was it that he was playing? It was like Guilty Gear or some shit.
Yeah.
That looks like Xavier Woods in that picture.
Yeah, it kind of does.
So, Trey says Sony should tell the mob to fuck off. Who wants to say they went from dealing with a couple thousand douchebags in multiplayer to a couple million? Also, how these dudes go from shitting on Nintendo fans to now needing to play online with them. And finally, Rashawn says, money, money, money. That's all that's needed to be said. Fuck crossplay. You want the best platform to play on. Get a PlayStation, enough said.
All right, then.
I have to say, I'm a little surprised. I expected way more people to rally for crossplay. But our listeners, you have pleasantly surprised me. You are, most of you, truly enlightened to the story here.
Well, the interesting thing about crossplay is like we've been not doing it for fucking 40 years. So it's like
used to it. We're just used to it.
I'm just like whatever. Like if you do it, cool. If not, it's not like I've never
not
done it. Like I'm not. Yeah, I'm like, whatever. It's fine. So yeah, I don't really like. Again, I don't really care. Like if they did it, I might play with someone on another system, but I feel like it would be difficult. Like, how is it cross-play on like Street Fighter 5?
I mean, you just opened the servers up to both sides.
Oh, so you're just playing. So, do you know if you're playing someone on PC or?
I think it does tell you.
It tells you
some kind of like a icon or something.
Yeah, the PlayStation users have a little PS logo, and the PC users have a PC logo.
And you can disable it, by the way, too. Like, you're not required to open yourself up to that. You can just play with PlayStation users if you want to.
Okay.
So. But yeah, like I said, I just don't understand why people can't act like adults about this. So.
Adults in this day and age?
Well,
that's blasphemy.
As Jay says on Look Forward, the fish rots from the head. So when the president starts acting like an adult, I'm assuming most Americans will.
Well, it's not a safe assumption to make, but
no, it isn't. That's Space Force.
That's
fucking Space Force. This week, make sure that you go to densepixels.com/fans. Sign up today to join our gaming group on Facebook. It is a great time. We promise you will not be disappointed. Go to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. If you search for @DensePixels, you can find us there. Again, subscribe to the podcast on whatever podcatching service you use, and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, which is youtube.com/DensePixels. And we are all on Twitch TV. I'm DensePixels Brad. Terrence is Apparition 410. Micah is Dense Black Nerd, and Carrie is Suppets Carrie. So that is it for us this week. We will catch you guys next week. Oh shit! Next week is SummerSlam review. Snuck up on us.
Yeah. SummerSlam is next week.
It is. Card's actually very good. Very good.
I don't even know who's wrestling anymore.
Well, look, we like if you don't want a SummerSlam preview, then we'll see you all next week. If you are keen for that, I will run down the card real quick that's been announced, at least so far. We have Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, which they're making interesting by factoring Paul Heyman into the story, as Brock Lesnar has basically left him in the dust, much to Paul Heyman's chagrin. We'll see how that plays out in the match.
Is he still a champion?
He is still a champion. Probably not for long.
Not for long.
AJ Styles defending the WWE title against Samoa Joe. The greatest TNA main event you'll ever see in WWE television. Alexa Bliss defends against Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship.
That didn't take long.
No, come on. You really
what?
We're gonna wait
already the championship.
She fought last month for the title as well. She she lost in a fuck finish. So, or 2 months ago. Carmella defends her SmackDown Women's title in a triple threat match against Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. Teasing some dissension between best friends Becky and Charlotte, because Charlotte basically just, like, Becky Lynch had to work her ass off for the past year to get this opportunity, and then Charlotte showed back up from an injury and gets inserted into the title match right away.
Right. She said, "Woo!" and it was like, "Oh, you're in."
Dolph Ziggler defends his Intercontinental Championship against Seth Rollins. It's weird because they're going the weird way where they did the super stipulation match last month, and this is just gonna be a regular match.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. All right, keep going. I'll save all my commentary for next.
Shinsuke Nakamura defends his U.S. title against Jeff Hardy. Randy Orton will probably be lurking around the match in some way, shape, or form. I got to tell you guys, I do enjoy heel Shinsuke Nakamura. He is one of my favorite wrestlers.
He's hilarious.
Yes, he is fucking funny shit. The Bludgeon Brothers defend their tag team titles against the New Day. New Day had to win a couple of matches in a tournament to get here.
Yo, that SmackDown is really good, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's kicking Raw's ass. And yeah, that main event last week was really good.
It was a very good tag team match. Cedric Alexander defends his cruiserweight title against Drew Gulak. Yes, the cruiserweights still exist. I know nobody knows this because they have moved them exclusively to 205 Live, which nobody watches. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. If Braun Strowman loses, Kevin Owens will get Money in the Bank contract. Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin. Rusev and Lana against Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega in the pre-show. And for my money, the main event, the match that you should be tuned in SummerSlam to see, Daniel Bryan versus The Miz.
I can't wait for this. They've been building this up for a long time.
For like 2.5 years.
Yeah. Like, this is what you need to do, WWE. Like, stop this whole I'm back. Now we're going to feud for 3 weeks and then forget about each other. Or have like a series where one guy wins all 3 matches. What the fuck? All right.
I need, and this is the closest thing that this is the best shot to have for it, but I need this to be the modern day version of Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho circa 2008.
Yeah, man. I'm really looking forward to this. And I don't think it'll disappoint either.
I need these guys to continue, no matter what happens in this match, I need these guys to continue feuding off and on up through WrestleMania. And I need, like, the WrestleMania match needs to be for like a title.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you do it, man.
It'd be fucking awesome.
All right.
They won't do it, but I mean,
nah, they won't do it. They'll be like, oh, they're dead. They fought. Okay, moving on.
But that's what you do. Like I said, you look back to the Michaels Jericho, the legendary 2008 feud where they fought like 6 times on pay-per-view for like 6 months in a row, and it wasn't even for anything at first, but it culminated in a world title feud basically. So, and that's how you do it. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll have a review of that next week. I'm sure we'll mention Takeover. Takeover looks pretty fucking good too. You got Adam Cole against Ricochet. You got Velveteen Dream against EC3. You got Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano, last man standing for the NXT title, which is going to be fucking nuts. So, Undisputed Era versus probably Seven and Tyler Bate, if I'm not mistaken. Which, by the way, the first match with them were Undisputed Era, the second match rather, where Undisputed Era won the titles back. The best tag team match that I've seen this year, bar none. If you've not seen it, go back and watch NXT from a couple weeks ago. It is well worth your time. Very, very good match.
I don't have a clue who any of these people are you're talking about. Like, how long since I've watched wrestling. I don't have a clue who any of they are.
Well, Tommaso Ciampa, the NXT champion, Terrence.
You don't know who that is.
He was with that other dude.
Yeah. Now they're
he was the bald head run, right?
Yeah. Now they're fucking blood rivals.
They always seem like blood rivals to me.
Well, like they've got the hottest feud going right now in WWE. So.
That first match, they just,
oh my god!
Yo, I was like, whoa, do they know that wrestling is predetermined?
I have a WWE network, so I can watch all that shit.
That's a feud that's gonna get its own fucking like Blu-ray set one day.
Yeah, it's gonna get its own DVD. For fuck's sake, man. Like, all right,
it's gonna be awesome. That's it. We're out of here. We'll see you.
Take it easy.
You're watching the Dense Pixels YouTube channel. Click the subscribe button while you're here and make sure you check out our weekly podcast where we discuss the latest gaming news and our impressions on what games we've been playing.